Welcome back everyone to Pineleaf Plays the Rune-keeper. Now it's time to turn in some of these quests and start a new series here at the Forsaken Inn.
Hello there.
Some come to these lands because they are shunned, others simply pass through. Some folk, like me, are here at the behest of others and nothing more than profit in mind. Which ilk are you?
Can I speak with you a moment?
I make my living trading with the patrons of the Forsaken Inn, or rather, I used to, until the goblins arrived. Their presence strikes fear into my suppliers and has made trade impossible. Sadly, that doesn't remove my obligations to Ugly Redrush, my employer in Breetown. A vale beneath the ruins in Minas Iriel, southeast of the Forsaken Inn, contains the coins and heirlooms I need, and more. Wolves inhabit the valley, and Ollie may forgive me the delay if I include some pristine wolf teeth with the shipment. If you assist me in the collection of these curiosities, I will ensure that you are paid with the favor. Make your way to the valley beneath the Iriel and get the coins, heirlooms, and wolf teeth for me. Very well.
Woe to me.
Candace is a good man who has taken a chance in giving us his word that you can be trusted. For his sake, and our continued friendship with him, I hope that you are worth the risk. We are a simple people who wish to remain apart from society, but here are efforts that all must undertake to survive, and will ask you for assistance to prove that you are worthy. Now, there used to be a requirement at this point in order to get to acquaintance level with the local people before you could talk to them again. For some reason, it doesn't require that anymore, despite the fact they went through the trouble of making the Lonelands free so that you could be able to get that reputation. So I'm not sure what happened in that case. But in any case, I could talk to him immediately.
I'm sorry, did you need something?
You have toiled long. Yes, I spoke for an entire 20 seconds between talking to you, and we are grateful for what you have done. You appear to have the best intentions towards our people. For this, we will grant you the request you ask.
I don't know if you can help me.
You have been patient, Pinestone. You must understand, we are solitary people. We hold our friends dear to us and protect them as we can. Radagast is such a friend, and here at the behest of our leader to aid us with the terror emerging from the long slumber. He has taken residence in the ruins of Ostgaruth, the place we call home. You are welcome to make your journey to the east. The ruin is north of the Great East Road before the road snakes between the north. Seek Radagast within the tower. Perhaps there is a way that you can aid us, him, and will surely aid you. Very well. Now we accept. Now this is a level 27 quest, so it'll be a bit while before we actually do that. And he has a ton of other quests. A greater theft.
I'm sure it will do no good, but
I am Gaderick Muntz,
with
a
you?
member of the Eglain. I trade artifacts found in the lone lands to collectors of Bree in return for food and other necessities. Until recently, our trade has been brisk, but darkness has come upon these lands and our people. The Eglain face starvation and deal with murder. Goblins have crept into the lone lands and have made trade difficult. They attack us, murdering many of our number and seized many of our trade goods. Ruins of ancient Arnor overlook a large valley at the southeast of the Forsaken Inn, Minas Iriel. That place is called, and it is long dear to my people. Would you go there and retrieve the trade bundles from the crates that remain and return to me? The crates are all that remain of our last collection. All right, very well. They have a ton of quests here.
Might I take a moment of your time?
My people suffered from horrors of wargs. Such horrors as wargs tore through the ruins before the lashes of their masters. Ferocious and unyielding, the beasts devoured many members of my tribe, even as they lay dying. The beast must be punished, and my people must find their strength again. The wargs dwell now among the ruins of Minas Iriel, the home that stole from my people. We must humiliate the enemy, take their tails, and show them they are weak. Hunt down wargs, collect their tails, and bring them to me so that I can see smiles once more upon the faces of those few that remain of my people. Collect warg tails.
I'm sorry to trouble you, but will you help me?
Our people suffered an attack that cost many lives, and who knows how many more will be dead of starvation before this year is spent. The goblins must pay for their vile treachery. You carry yourself as one familiar with battle. Would you go to the ruins of Minas Iriel, southeast of the inn, and destroy the goblins you find there? The Eglain deserve vengeance. We need to defeat White Hand guards, White Hand spear throwers, and White Hand thrasher. And another one. And this is a bounty, one of those quests that you can do up to 3 times.
I'm sorry to trouble you, but will you help me?
And he just wants goblin scabbards. I'm not going to read through bounties like I did with all the others.
I'm sure it will do no good, but may I speak with you?
There are too many travelers, even though this remote land and the nearest water sits foul and stagnant. We've the well, of course, but water is rationed among the guests and does not go as far as it might. Blankets need making and mending, and there are no better hides to be found than those of the wolves. The hide of a warg is too coarse, but a wolf's fur can be made soft with a comb. If you've got the time and a good heart, I would ask that your assistance. You'll not see me stomping through the brush to get wolves, as deadly as they are. There are a few places you might want to look for. Well, great, she's going to tell me where to find wolves. I'm not going to belabor you with that.
I don't know if you can help me.
Ever since Galador Month showed up, I've no rest. Normally, we see no guests for months on end, but the glut of guests here has stretched to my limit. Anlaf is under great strain to take his worries out on me, driving harder to see that the chambers are cared for, the workers watched, and the guests fed. Well, I'm just not able to do it all. One thing that still needs to be done is the replacing of the pillows. All the stuffing's gone missing and the use they are getting, and I need to get the fluff back into them. We won't have the luxury of ducks, but the Kreban circling about the north might do in a pinch. There are plenty of troublesome thorn, talon, and sharp-eyed Kreban lurking around. Bring me some of their feathers and I'll pay you for the trouble. The birds circle often over our vale surrounding Weathertop, etc.
I'm sorry to trouble you, but will you help me?
Old Mugwort does the cooking around here, though he has been in the wild for weeks. But I have some recipes of my own that tickle the fancy of some of the guests, so much that they have brought out all the latest fare. The recent commotion ran off our modest herd of swine, and I need more pork. I need boar feet and leg bones. Though I'll not share with you all of my recipe, I will tell you that the marrow from the bones gives the soaked feet a richer taste. Once you pull the fur away and cure the feet in salt, they're a tasty treat. You should find boars. Well, you will find boars. Believe me, we'll find boars.
I don't know if you can help
And
me.
she just has goblin tabards.
What do you need?
You bring a letter from Mrs. Sandheaver? Of course you do. If only she understood what is happening here. Allow me to explain. I make coin trading with the Muntz brothers. You will see them about in the inn. They find relics amongst the ruins of the Lowlands and trade them to myself and others who visit the place for foodstuffs and supplies. For years our trade went uninterrupted, but recent events have caused the trade to cease altogether, and there is nothing to tell to the collectors of Breetown. The Munces can not reach the ruins any longer. Their livelihood is threatened, as is ours. All Mrs. Sandheaver needs is that she will not have the new Arnoran collectibles for which impress her friends, while the Munces and their people may lose their lives. All
Would
right.
you do something for me?
And let's see. Here's a waistcoat. That is not an improvement over what I have now. Right? Actually, this does give me vitality. And that's about 25. I think I still like the current one I have. I will tell you of my trouble, traveler, and see if you can lend me some assistance. The Munces supply me with pottery and other trinkets found throughout the ruins of the Lowlands. They count themselves folk of the lands these Eglain, and they depend on such trade for their livelihood. Goblins have overrun the ruins where they are accustomed to gathering their pieces. They cannot collect the pottery shards I require, and I find my deliveries impossible to fulfill. If I cannot send a delivery of pottery to Mrs. Sandheaver in the town of Bree, I will not be paid. There is a valley beneath the ruins. Right, yes, I've already been told about that valley.
It's a sorry day.
Mr. Thistlewold sent me a letter of credit for Bree. I'll not look down my nose on it, but my message wasn't asking for money. Times are troubled here, and his man could be in a heap of it. See, the Munces deal in artifacts. That's Gaderick and Hanlef over there. They're good folk, but don't thieve. They've got run of their lands by goblins and some such. I hear there are orcs too. But the Munces have no more trade for Bree, so Thistleswold's man said that he was going to trade with the goblins direct. What I sent Thistlewood was a note from the goblins. Well, likely they made Thistlewood's man write it. His man's been captured. If he's still alive, he's likely to be northeast of here. There's goblins camped there, and so it said. You can likely find and rescue him, eh? Very well. Oh, yes, I need a reward. And, oh, yes, I'm a Rune-keeper. Oh, yes, I'm a Rune-keeper. I've been playing too many wards. Alright, here we go. Oh, yeah, but my current runestone is much better than this one. So, I'll go with the one that gives me more money.
I'm sorry.
Sad
Did you need
Thistleberg?
something?
I do not recall the name. Of course, there have been more folk passing through here than normal. Usually there are very few pressing towards the east or coming from this way. Those dark shadows have caused this land to stir up in ways I have not seen. Their rooms are freed. Ha! Alright. Very well.
I'm sure that
Good
will
day,
do no
Rune-keeper.
good, but may
What
I
do you
speak
do?
with you?
Did I summon you? Oh, anyway, it doesn't matter. My supplies have not come back from Bree. I sent a cart out a week ago, or earlier. I'm not sure anymore. But I did send a cart. I know that. Now, where is it? Tell me that. The cart was traveling west towards Bree, and it should have come back by now. I want to know what happened to the supplies I sent to the cart's driver. I hope it wasn't the goblins. There are so many of them around here now. Will you help? Search up north, and yes, okay, fine. Get
I don't know if you can
Oh,
help me.
good. You look like the sort of adventurers I have a problem that I was hoping you might assist me with. It seems that some of the patrons have been complaining about terrible wailing noise coming from the walls and floor of the basement. I'm sure it's nothing, but business hasn't been great lately, and with all the rumors of the inn, is haunted. Now, it's too busy to waste my time on hogwash myself, but perhaps you might be interested in taking a look. If not else, you could confirm that it's a rumor and nothing more. I should warn you, though, that the customers don't normally start complaining about noises until about midnight, so you'll probably have to hang around here until then. I'll even throw in as much ale as you can drink so you could pass the time away. Right. Now, this leads into an instance, which is the Inn of the Forsaken, which I'm not going to be doing at this time. It calls for a small fellowship, which I don't have at the moment. So I'll go and take care of the missing supply wagon. That way I can really be set up for in the next episode to go after and collect all these things with where the goblins are encamped. And the cart is down this way. Bartentine. Right, what am I here? That's right, I'm Taylor. That guy has a quest for jewelers. It's a rather... Actually, you might have seen that with the Lore Master series. This cart has been looted and destroyed. Alright, so now we've got to find the driver. Now, most of the goblins in Bree are low level, but these are same level as the Lone Lands goblins, since it's for a Lone Lands quest. But you can see, like, there's, well, because most of the other mobs are much lower. Make sure there are no more goblins arriving. Alright. I am at least collecting some of the tabards and the like all at the same time. Driver has been slain, apparently by goblins. Oh well. Well, that explains what happened to the driver. And we'll take care of these guys. And there are usually only about 3 good ones, because the ones with the pots over them, since they're only level 11, they don't drop the tabards, since those count as Breeland goblins, while the higher level ones count as Lone Lands goblins, despite being in Breeland. Since it goes by mob type, as opposed to where they're actually located. Or I should say, what quest the mob is connected with. But we'll collect the rest of the tabards and the scabbards and all that fun stuff in the next episode. Oh, let me get a little extra... let's see. Let's get a little extra blackened sword sheets and broken wood mace. A little extra rep for these guys. So let's do 1 round of them. We don't need to do multiple rounds. I forgot to pick up that quest. Well, if I'm going to pick up all the quests, I might as well take care of
Might I
this.
take a moment of your time?
Greetings, young elf. I'm the constable here at the Forsaken Inn. My body's too old for adventure, but my mind is young enough to know there's work to be done around here. Up north, beyond Weathertop, there are wolves and orcs in the Midwater Pass, and boars scattered throughout the annulos, all causing no end of trouble. I've a bit of a proposition for you. Clear out the threats. If you bring me proof of your noble deeds, then I will see that you receive a fair reward. Are you interested? And I guess we might as well accept that, since we're going to have to be killing a number of things anyway. Let's turn in the tasks.
Can't you leave me
We
to
don't
my
need to
misery? I'm
Read the quest
sorry.
text for tasks because
Did
it's
you need
just
something?
blah blah blah. Thank you for the items.
It's a solid day.
What? Goblins attacked my cart? This is no good at all. How am I supposed to feed my patrons? This is simply no good at all. Let me think about this. Oh, actually, that's just that. Actually, that then is... Or make sure there's no other things. Goblin exiles.
I don't know if you can help me.
Pay no mind to the name of the inn. Not all who pass here never return. Only ones that stray too far from the road and find themselves in the clutches of the goblins. Bloody-handed creatures deserving of a good beating, those goblins. You're an able-bodied sort. Why don't you go and show those brutes they're not wanted here? The lands around the inn are just crawling with them. People scare easily, you see. With the goblins creeping all around the ruins so close to the inn, I'm destined to use the wood falling from the roofs to bar the doors unless someone gives me a hand. You'll find goblins on the fields of Annulos, and a good number of them have established a foothold in the old ruins of Minas Area to the southeast. Yes, where... In other words, in the approximate area I'm going anyway, and that's it on that. So that is it for today's episode, and next time we will head out and complete a number of these quests in the next episode of Pineleaf Plays the Rune-keeper.